This video is in response to Sereema Nightshade. I didn't want to do this in the bathroom, but really I have nowhere else where the lighting is good because the camera sitting on my phone isn't very good anywhere else, so for lighting. So anyways, and the baby's fussy, so hold on. Get out, Kita. Anyways, I'm no professional by any means. I was watching her video. About the narcissist predator basically turning your friends against you, and that is very true to the T. My ex-husband not only abused by proxy, but and got CPS involved and lied to them, and terrible line coaching my children, my other two children I have with him. He also got my friends and family turned against me, people that I was close to, people that actually knew of a lot of the verbal abuse and other things he had done when I was married to him, which was a long time, over a decade. People who had actually seen him lie. But somehow he convinced them that what I was saying must not have been as bad as I made it to seem, or maybe I was unstable, or he would convince them to question me, to not take what I was saying at full face value, and that he was the victim. He convinced them of that. He convinced the authorities of that. He convinced a few of my friends and family of that. And because they're so good at isolating the person who's being abused, and I was already a private person anyhow, I really didn't talk to people about what was going on very much, only a few people. So there was a lot of people that he was able to lie to and get on his side, because they really didn't know better, and he was and is just such a good liar, and twisting the truth around, and I mean, he was so good at it that he caused my other two children to be taken away, and he now has custody of them, which is insane and hard to believe and dangerous. So I just want to make this a response to Sereema Nightshade, because your videos really helped me, and I didn't even know that he was a narcissist. I was married to him for 13 years, and I knew something was wrong with him after being married so many years. I knew that something was wrong. The events leading up to me leaving him, and after I left him, I knew he was basically some kind of psychopath. I just didn't know exactly what kind, and these videos have helped me to really understand that he is that. It's like if you took a big checklist of all these symptoms and behaviors and ways of thinking of a narcissist predator, and you just check them off, check. He's almost all of them, and I guess it just helps me because they have a way of making you feel like you're crazy or something's wrong with you, or you're just, making a big deal out of nothing, and they're great, and they convince people on the outside that they're awesome, and so then when you finally leave, they make the victim look like they're the bad one, they're the one who was crazy all along, and now the narcissist predator is this huge, awesome hero. And it's a very ugly place to be, and if I just want to share my experience, because even though it's really the most difficult thing I ever had to do, if I can leave that person and not go back, because that's what he was doing, was trying to get me back by abusing my proxy, taking the kids, and that didn't work, so then it turned into revenge too, and trying to destroy the victim. And if I can do that, which is very hard, but I'm not going to, it's been 2 years, then I would think other people can. You can get out of it. It's very hard, but you can get out of a relationship like that, and you deserve better. And your children deserve better, and my children deserve better. That was the whole reason I left, was so that they would not learn that that type of behavior and treatment of people is normal, and that they wouldn't be treated that way. So, and he has moved on, and because he knows he can no longer affect me that way, as a supply source, and you know, his abuse by proxy, and although it hurt me a lot, devastated really, and unfortunately it's hurting my children even more, and I'm still fighting. I'm not going to give up, but he knows that I'm not going to go back, and he knows that it didn't work, that I'm still continuing with my life and not going to let that abuse pull me down and just destroy me like he wanted. So he has found a new supply, basically. It's somewhat good because hopefully he won't be so abusive to my children, and use them as supply. He'll probably just use the new woman in his life as that, because she seems very young and naive, and like a nice person, but at the same time I feel kind of sorry for her, because she doesn't even know what she's in for. And if I try to tell her, I really doubt she would listen. So all I can do is just pray and hope that maybe other people who are listening to what I have to say might actually have a little bit of encouragement. And they tend to do that. That's another thing, is you would think that a crazy person would go for somebody else who has those type of problems too, that, you know, because people usually say that birds of a feather flock together, that you attract what you are. Well, in the case of narcissists, and in the case of my ex-husband, and people like him, it doesn't really seem to be true. It seems like they want to get somebody who's sane and stable and a really good person, really good morals, somebody that's going to really have a lot to offer them, but at the same time they want them to be submissive and be able to control them, and they do this over a period of time through abuse. But it's like they still want to have all the benefits of a healthy person, but at the same time they're destroying that person. And they're very good at making themselves seem like they're just a really good person, and that they love you so much and you're so special, and that they'll do everything for you, and that they're gonna, you know, do whatever it takes. And they lie so well, that they convince themselves that it's the truth. But if you look at things honestly and educate yourself, and get the right kind of support, people you can trust, people that you know are not going to listen to the narcissist predator, I would suggest people who really didn't know him before you were with that person, him or her, excuse me. Like for example, my grandma, an old friend of mine I grew up with since I was a child. She's never even met him. She's known me my whole life. And therefore she knows that I am honest. She knows I'm not going to lie about stuff like that. And she hasn't been around the narcissist predator. She hasn't been around that person for him to get his claws in there and just really influence them and manipulate them into thinking that something's wrong with you and not them. And then therefore they don't believe you, and you feel betrayed, and it's just a terrible place. So I would suggest getting a lot of support, looking at things clearly, educating yourself like I've been doing with like Sereema Nightshade's videos and some other people, and reading articles, and if you're in that kind of relationship or coming out of it, I think that would really help. That's all I gotta say. God bless, and sorry about that. God bless, and have hope. You can get out of it, and be strong. Bye.